Hey everyone, how's it going? Elliot here again. In today's video, we are going to be installing this new ribbon cable into my GBA AGS 101 mod. Hopefully what this will allow us to do is adjust the brightness and just have a little bit more control over our modded Game Boy. So a couple of videos ago I made this modded Game Boy, and it's something that I've really wanted to do for a very long time. It's a backlit AGS 101 Game Boy Advance, regular Game Boy Advance. Just gives you a little bit more comfort when playing than a Game Boy Micro or a Game Boy Advance SP AGS 101. So it's probably one of my favourite mods, and a lot of you guys, I do read comments when I can. There is a lot of them, which obviously I'm incredibly grateful for, but that does mean that some of the really good ones do get missed. So if you want to recommend me something or show me something, the best way to do it is just putting a post in my Facebook group. The link is always in the description, so I'd really recommend you going over there to check it out. So this is a ribbon cable that I got from AliExpress. It was about £9 and it took just over a week and a half maybe to come down. It's got a little wire here, which I imagine is going to be soldered to the same point as the other wire, and then it's also got a little switch. So it's actually got, it's just like a two-position switch. I don't know if you guys can see that there. So I was kind of expecting it to be kind of like a slider to change the brightness, but like a potentiometer type deal, but obviously not. There's a little piece of metal on the back, so we're gonna have to cover that up. But other than that, it looks pretty much like the original one, just with a little extra piece down the side. So I think the first thing to do then is just take this apart. Okay, so that took me a little bit longer than I had thought. This actually goes in a little bit weirdly, kind of. But this is how you do it. So the white part of the back of the ribbon cable connected to the AGS 101 screen has to be pointing up, and then you have yourself a backlit screen. So what we need to now do is solder the wire in and work out how we're actually going to assemble this together. Obviously, this ribbon cable goes in with the exposed pins faced up. I'm just going to go ahead and tap the wire in the same place as before. It's going to need to be trimmed down. It's worth just kind of preliminary checking it. So what I'll do is pop the back on again. So I do like a little bit of trial and error. Obviously it's good to research things as well, but trial and error is quite fun. So switch that on like that. And then if we switch this, there we go. The brightness mod is complete. That is bloody brilliant. Look at that. Okay, sweet. What I need to do now is assemble everything back into its position as it was before, which is going to be slightly difficult. The main reason being, there is now a big, thick wire here, which on the other one was nowhere near as big. So we're going to have to just try and work that out. Okay, and the mod is now completely finished. I've reinstalled the new ribbon cable. So this is the old one here, and essentially it's just a kind of adapter. So there's not a lot really going on. There's a couple of little chips, and it just allows the output of the AGS 101 screen, but from input of a AGB 001 Game Boy Advance. And then this is just to power that in order to make the screen slightly brighter. And then on the other one, we saw the little tiny switch, just a two-way switch. And essentially what that allowed was so that you can adjust the brightness, because on the original AGS 101 Game Boy Advance SP, there's actually a brightness button. It's only got two settings, which is just slightly dimmer and then slightly brighter. And so now we have matched that on this. However, I've got a couple of things to talk about. So first things first, obviously, this wasn't extremely expensive. You can get these for probably about £3 or £4, and for £5 more than that, you have the option of doing that, with the Switch. However, it's not exactly, like the Game Boy Advance SP, where you can just press a little button conveniently placed on the front. And I'm sure there's a lot of really clever people who have maybe put like little buttons up here or something really cool like that. So you can press it just like you can on the Game Boy Advance SP. But if you wanted to change the brightness, you can't do it whilst the console is in this current state. In fact, I don't even think it's possible to do it whilst the console is on, because what you have to do is take out the batteries, and then the switch has been just kind of manipulated around so that it's down here. There we go. Now we have a slightly brighter screen. So it's not exactly the easiest accessible switch, but it does make that difference, so that you have the nice bright screen. And then obviously afterwards as well, you can adjust the potentiometer to get a brighter or dimmer screen depending on how bright you want it. But obviously the brighter it is, the weaker it is. Sorry, the longer lasting your batteries will be, the brighter it is. Obviously it run them down quicker. So I'm not overly sure why people really would prefer that to this, especially when Game Boys are essentially a currency at this point, and spending an extra £5 on them is questionable. Some people aren't really too keen to do that. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you have enjoyed this video. This is definitely a video that I wouldn't have done had you guys not recommended it to me. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. If you're new to the channel, please feel free to subscribe. And thank you very much to Holly for the new cover art on my YouTube channel. I hope you guys like that. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.